Hello, and this is my first IGTV video. My name is Megan Williams, otherwise known as Just Run It, and I am super excited to be involved in Little Skein and the Big Wolves Sock School 2018. That's going on from now until Labor Day. So that's 9 weeks of fun if you're counting. And I just wanted to set the stage. I am addicted to sock knitting. I've brought out and will show you all of my sock storage that I've repurposed a Christmas tree ornament. I started out with a holder, and I started out with one, and I grew to two, and now I'm starting my third, and that's just the socks that I've knitted for myself. And so I also have a daughter and a husband that wear socks every single day, so their drawers are full as well. And I'm still working on my two sons. Whether or not they are going to be prolific sock wearers, knitted sock wearers, is another story. So yeah, just a reminder, I have a collection of socks, 21 different sock designs that I'm offering a discount, 25% off. And it's just Sock School 2018, all one word. I'm going to, as part of being the designer in residence as in this KAL, also be doing some random pattern prizes. So there's 9 weeks. We'll see how many pattern prizes I can fit in that 9 weeks. And then I'm also hoping to spin up a VKN, so a virtual knit night, or it could be seen as office hours. If you're having trouble or starting your first sock, you could join in on that, and hopefully video assisted, I'd be able to help a great deal more. Or we could just sit around and all knit socks together for the KAL, which would be fun, and chat about our lives. Other than that, I'm going to show off my socks here, and I'm going to talk about why I love sock knitting. And then also I've got a poll out in the threads on whether or not you're a toe-up sock knitter, a top-down sock knitter, or you like it either way. But I'd really enjoy seeing not only your results in the poll, but also why you answered what you answered. So I have a theory going, a hypothesis, if you will, that in general people knit the direction that they were first taught. So I was first taught by somebody whose husband had very long feet, and so she knit 2 at a time, which I did not learn at that time, toe-up socks so that she could make the legs as long as she possibly could. So different directions have different issues. Obviously, there is no problem with knowing where to start the toe when you're knitting a toe-up sock. You just kind of have to worry about your heel placement, and that varies depending on what different types of heels you are using. I hope to cover that as well as some other tips and tricks. This is just kind of the introductory video for the series that I'm hoping to do for the KAL. And when you're cuffed down, you have to worry about where to start that toe. So different timing issues on different ones. So I digress because I could talk about socks all day because I absolutely love them. But I'm going to show you my socks. I'm going to flip around the camera here. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about why I love socks so much. And I hope that everybody decides to join the KAL. So I put down my storage in some good light, and Mr. Sullivan decided to come and thought that the box was super handy to sit next to. This box is all skew socks. So I have a little bit of a self-striping stashing problem, which has led me to knit a great deal of skews. These are all skews, and I think, nope, I don't have any in the others. But this is an ornament box stuffed to the gills with pairs of skews. Again, I only have 2 feet. I don't know why I feel I need this many socks. I just absolutely love knitting them. Here is another pair, or another set of pairs. These do not include my in the laundry or design socks that I've got on mannequin feet. Sullivan is deciding to come check them out. Ooh, this looks soft and squishy. And then here's the new one that I recently started. These are just Sterilite Hey, do not take my socks, sir. Bring that back. No, no. I know that they're soft and squishy, but you can't have it. So yeah, this is my sock storage, which apparently is lucky that it's underneath my bed because then Sullivan doesn't try to run off with them. No, no, sir. But yes, I do have a sock problem. How many feet do you have, right? So now I'm going to talk about why I love knitting socks so much. So not only do I enjoy the process of knitting socks, but I also enjoy the product of knitting socks because there's nothing like a hand knit sock that is specifically made for your foot. The saying fit like a glove, it applies to feet as well, right? A hand knit sock is awesome. I think anyone can knit a sock and everyone should, because socks are one of my favorite knitting projects for more than one reason. Sock projects are small and transportable, so you can throw them into a project bag and your purse and you can knit on the go. And with a relatively small stitch count in the round, over the course of a day, a few rows here and there can really add up quickly. In general, socks use one skein of yarn, and they have about the same size knitting needles depending on gauge and other complicating factors. But that means that there's very little project planning or plotting that you have to do. If you've grabbed a fingering weight skein of yarn or a sport weight skein of yarn, you grab the correct size needles, you throw it in a bag, and bam, you've got a project. So it doesn't take a lot of purchasing or planning or plotting. And they can be as simple and as complicated as you want. So if you need something meditative or something that doesn't require a lot of focus, you can do a soothing stockinette pair of socks. Or if you're looking for adventure, you could do something with a lot of patterning. I have some socks that you're alternating between two colors and slipping stitches to create a motif, which is a little more complicated. For me, when I'm going to be casting on a pair of socks, you saw in the previous little snippet video that I took that skews are my go-to. I know how to knit them specifically for my size. They are my vanilla. And so you can find your own vanilla, you can find your own, insert heel into any sock design basically, and you've got a sock. So yeah, other than that, there's nothing like wearing a pair of hand knit socks. I've converted my daughter over, I've converted my husband over, I'm still working on my two boys, and I wear a pair of hand knit socks every single day. So again, make sure that you go check out the Little Skein threads. There's a chat, there's a ask me a question, and vote for toe up or cuff down, and give your reason. Because again, I'm going to randomly be giving away pattern prizes. And I think I'll also put a poll out there for when you would prefer my office hours to be. So the VKN, the virtual knit night via Google Hangouts. I can't, because I've got small children and a day job, I can't do during the day very often. But if that were a popular vote, I could try to take a slice of an hour in the middle of my day. But at night works best for me. I'm Central Standard Time, and I always knit fairly late into the evening. So if we had earlier office hours, there'd be a lower limit to the time. So super excited. I love all things knitting. I am addicted to sock knitting, and I absolutely love Anne and Little Skein and the Big Wool. And so I'm excited to see who all joins in the adventure, and keep up the sock knitting. Bye, Oofta.